up in the clouds, oh my, since I met you. Ooh. Heart out of my sleeve, now what will I do? Danger. You celebrate me like no other man. My femininity takes out like a champagne bottle. The sun has been outshine. The planet's totally alive. I'm bitten. They're bitten. I'm bitten. Red lips, red fingertips, red lights every night. Since I met you, it's
Oh, these glass. These are cute. These are pretty. Yeah, you looking for garland, right? This is cute. I've been really enjoying my apron that I have. They got some cute Christmas ones. Oh, I had some of this paper one year. I like that. 50% off Christmas. Good sale going on. I like that pillow. Oh, I love this. It's kind of the color I was looking for. Well, no, tan. But I end up getting red. Oh yeah, I got this right here in red though. It's pretty. I'm looking for a train ornament. They got some cute ones. You think the train will be fitting? This is what came to mind when I thought about him, you know? Or I see something else. It's supposed to be a lollipop. A ton of it. You see, it's expensive though. You got a little further, but yeah, you got a little further. You like the popcorn? Hey guys, just popping in. I just had a grocery pickup order and I wanted to show y'all what I picked up. So I picked up some eggs. After Thanksgiving, I ran through all of my eggs. I got some roasted garlic and herb tomato sauce. I got some roasted garlic and Parmesan. Can y'all see that? Yeah. Roasted garlic Parmesan tomato sauce. Then I picked up some original diced tomato and green chili rotel. I was out of that and I plan to be making some soups and things in the near future. Picked up some tartar sauce, which I don't use this often, but I think we had some seafood the other day or something, and Mr. Allen was like, can you add tartar sauce to the to the menu? I really prefer making homemade tartar sauce, but just so we'll have it. Then I picked up some nature seasons, one of my favorite. I got some sweet relish, just needed a little bit of that. And we were out of ranch dressing, and we like the Hidden Valley ranch dressing. Then I grabbed some apples here because I'm about to make me some overnight oats and oatmeal, which is why I also got some almond milk. I normally use the almond milk when I make my overnight oats. That's what I use. let's see what else. Then I got a bunch of, I'm planning to make some cabbage soup. Now, after Thanksgiving, coming off the holiday, I kind of didn't really know what I wanted to cook, but I'm like, I know I need some vegetables, or we both need vegetables. So I'm like, let's just do a soup. I seen this cabbage soup online and was like, let's do that. I can't remember if I've made it before. May have or may not, but I grabbed a bunch of kale. We're gonna put some kale in there. I got a red cabbage as well as a regular cabbage. I picked up some vegetable broth, and I also have some bone broth that I'm probably going to use in mine just for some added protein, because this particular soup is vegetables only, and I really been wanting to get in a little bit more protein, so did that. I got some celery, orange, yellow, and red bell pepper. And then I picked up some, what are these, sliced carrots? Yeah, some sliced carrots. So those last few ingredients are going to be what I use inside of my soup. So I'm most likely going to bring y'all along for me making that. So excited about that. I'm probably going to make that a little later on today. So just maybe you'll see that next in this video. So this is my small little haul here. Just wanted to show y'all what I picked up. A small stock of things that I needed after the holiday. So yeah, guys, see y'all later. Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you can see me. Yeah, I'm gonna move y'all over a little bit. Okay, as you have seen, I showed you me getting all my veggies and ingredients prepared. Now we're about to get this thing started. I'm starting off with a half a stick of butter. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of olive oil. So what we are making today is a cabbage soup. I seen this recipe online and was like, I don't think I've ever made cabbage soup. If I have, I can't remember. But I know for a fact that I have had it before and it's delicious. Not sure if I've made it in this way, but I feel like it's gonna be really good. We're actually just coming off of the Thanksgiving holiday, and I did not know what I wanted to cook. So came across this and was like, hey, why not? We can always use some more vegetables in our tummies. So this is what I'm making, okay? So we have some cabbage, regular cabbage, some red cabbage, some kale, carrots, celery, onions, red, yellow, and orange bell peppers, all of the seasonings, and I'm gonna go in with some broth. We're gonna let all that cook together, marinate, and that is gonna be our soup. One pot dish, pretty quick, pretty easy. So I'm just bringing y'all along with me while I do it, okay? The most tedious part was probably cutting up all of the vegetables. I love this dish because it's so colorful, which makes me just feel like I'm eating healthy, and yeah, so I'm excited about that. So here I got my celery, onion, orange, red, and yellow bell pepper. We're gonna get this straight in here and get this sauteed. I did half of an onion and a whole bell pepper. So we're gonna throw this in our pot. It's smelling delicious already. I had to get me a spoon because I'm going to put in some minced garlic here. I'm just going to get this cooked down. I want to get my vegetables a little bit soft before I add in everything else. So I'm going to let this cook down probably for about 10 to 15 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. This has been sauteing down for about 10 minutes. As you can see, I went ahead and added in my shredded carrots. What I'm going to do now is add in my seasonings right before I add in my cabbage. So, let me see. I thought I had some cracked black pepper, but I do not. But I do have this garlic and pepper seasoning. I'm going to go on with that. And of course you can season to your liking. I'm going to go in with some rosemary, garlic. If you're not new here, you know I love to season my food. This is some oregano. And then I'm going to go in with a little onion powder. And that's going to be it for now, okay? So I'm going to get this all stirred up. And like I said, this is pretty simple. Really a one-pot dish. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. It smells amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump my cabbage in here. Now this is my first time cooking with red cabbage, so this should be interesting. But it can't be bad for me. It can't be bad at all. I'm going to dump everything in here. And I actually have some kale I'm going to throw on top with a few more carrots. Then I'm going to go in with my broth. The recipe calls for vegetable broth, but I'm going to use some bone broth because I really want a little bit more protein in here. A little bit more nutrients. So I'm going to add this in and basically just cover it up and let it cook down, guys. So what I'll do is in probably about the next 20 minutes, I'll come back and check it and we'll see how we're looking. I'm actually going to go in. Let me see how much that is. Yeah, I'm going to go in with some vegetable broth as well. This is the type that I'm using. So I use 1 container of bone broth and I'm using 1 container of vegetable broth. All right, so I'm gonna cover this up and I'll come back and check in about 20-25 minutes. Okay, y'all, it's been about 25 minutes, so I'm coming back to check on my pot to give everything a stir. Everything is cooking down beautifully. So at this point, I'm basically just going to give it a stir and taste it a little bit to see if my broth and everything is to my liking. And really, that's it. That is it for this dish. I know, it was pretty simple, pretty quick. It smells good. And it looks good to me. Y'all have to let me know if you've ever tried this dish or not. This is the perfect dish for a warm night. The perfect dish if you want to get in some more vegetables all at one time. The perfect dish if you're trying to do like a detox after a heavy eating week or holiday. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about this. So yeah, y'all, that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I'm gonna give me a spoon so I can taste my broth. But otherwise, that's gonna be the end of it for me. Okay, I tasted my broth, and it definitely needs some more seasoning. So I'm going to add a little bit more seasoning in there. I'm going to finish off the rest of this rosemary garlic I have. And then I'm going to go in with some, I'm going to go in with some Cajun seasoning. And I'm going to go in with some nature seasoning. Because it just needed a little bit more flavor. I like to under season before I over season. So I didn't season it too much in the beginning because I wanted to be able to make some adjustments as needed. But honey, it needed a lot of more seasoning to it. So we're gonna get this stirred up. I'm gonna turn my pot down because I like my vegetables to have a little bit of texture still in it. Now if you want to, you can cook it down even to make it even softer. But to me, this is the perfect texture for my veggies. I forgot something. I didn't add any parsley. So I'm gonna add some parsley in here. I wish I had some fresh thyme, because when I make soups and things like this, I like to add as many herbs as I can. And I think, you know what, while it's finishing off, I'm gonna throw a couple bay leaves. I'm gonna throw a couple bay leaves in here. My mom and my father-in-law taught me how to how to season some food. The more herbs you use, the better. It smells so good. Okay, y'all. So hopefully you enjoyed coming along for me making this dish. And let me know down in the comments if you plan on giving it a try. So I'll see y'all in the next one, guys.